Video is titled at Ant CEO at Black Alpha 16 at the Business Bully. This story Pan-African haters with facts. Okay, see, this is we haven't even gotten into the video. Uh, these people are intellectually lazy. Now, you don't have a skill. Okay, I don't know these people, but I can guess you don't have a skill. Like you haven't built a skill outside of just doing some social media. You're making some money off of this because, as you can see on this page, this gentleman has his donation goal. He's trying to make $500. There's a Cash App, there's a YouTube thing there's his Instagram, there's his TikTok, and then there's PayPal and Venmo. So three of the things he's listed is a money grab. You're trying to make money. And then on top of that, you have a donation goal. What are you donating towards? Is that going to do something for the hood? Is that going to fix a black problem? He was probably trying to stay destroying. You can make the argument, hey, so do you not make typos? Well, the video has been up for almost a day. So you would think, and as a YouTuber, you go back and look at your videos and see how it's performing. And if you're not a lazy person, especially something that pays you money, title errors are usually one of the first things that you try to fix the moment you see it. I have done it before, but he hasn't gone back to fix it. The goal here is just to grab money. However, they can do it. We haven't even gotten to the reaction yet. And I already have a problem with this. And I don't know these people. I think Dave Anderson is the only one that I've heard of. But I kind of know where this is going. This is one of the reasons why I believe nobody takes Black Americans overwhelmingly seriously. Nobody does. Let's watch the video about how they destroy Pan-African haters with facts.
You holding it down for the cause. Then today is your day. This is your broadcast, and we about to represent. And when you represent, you got to have some certified brothers with you. And guess what I got? I got me some certified brothers. I am Black Alpha. I got my brother Dave Anderson. I got my brother Ant CEO. We are in the place. We about to.
Why do you have to like talk like this? How is that presentable? Like why are people listening to how is this presentable? Is this the culture, the so-called culture that people are copying?
Let it be known. Foundational Black American up and everybody else down. Shout out to the.
Yep, you guys up, everybody else down. That is the mentality that has kept your community in shambles. And that is why nobody respects your community. In case you don't know, you can't command that respect that you think you have when you guys present this to the world. Everybody's watching this. You know, you might think this is in your little small spaces and nobody does watch them, but it's on the internet, fool. Everybody watches it.
Fam, and how you feeling, family?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm excited, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like a live and well, good, healthy Black American man, ready to cook these people and give my people the game. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. And I'm excited to be around two heavy hitters.
That's what I'm talking about. I got my brother Dave Anderson in the building. I want to know how you feeling, family.
Bro, I'm feeling good with these two hands, and I'm about to lay them verbally on some tethers and some pan pizza Africans.
Okay, so I never thought Dave Anderson used that word because I've only seen him in Frank Zano's videos, where every time Frank kind of humbles him and he tries to play both sides. Maybe he felt he's in a safe space where he can talk this crap. But these things always come out. There's an inner disdain, or dare I say jealousy, of how these guys have, and through selective immigration, have moved to the US and don't want to be associated with them. It really, really, really hurts them.
Y'all heard my brothers talk. You know what I'm saying? We are family. I got all my FBAs with me. And when we step into place, everybody hit the exits. Now, whether they hit it on their own or, we toss their ass out. Either way, they go on that way. Family, we got to break this down. Shout out to the family. This right here, let me say this real quick. I was just talking to my brothers. This right here, family, we were all just in California about a week ago on the new Hidden Color 6. Shout out to Tariq. Shout out to the family. It's going to be a burner, y'all. Get ready for it. And we're going to give everybody a little appetizer. And in the meantime, in between time, we're going to smack a couple people up. That's just how we do. But this is real foundational Black American excellence. Shout out to all my certified brothers. Shout out to all my...
This is not excellence, okay? These guys, I was going through, when I was thinking through this reaction, I don't have a bookshelf, but I was like, okay, let me just sample through what I have here in the office and give people an idea of where we are in society. These people do not understand brain function at certain levels, at elite levels, at CEO levels, at engineer levels, at programmer levels, at science, technology, engineering, and math levels. So these are high school brains. It stops there, and they replace that complexity that they don't have with a bunch of talk that don't make sense. So I went through my some of my college books, and I said, okay, well, this brain studied algebraic topology, Rudin, principles of mathematical analysis. These brains don't work at this level. They don't understand it. They don't know what these books that I just showcased adds to humanity and the human race in general. They are on these platforms using it and having coded a single line of code their entire lives. They'll have to sit on the internet and make videos like this. They don't have that intellectual ability, okay? They may sound good, like a lot of them do, but their brain doesn't know how to function at these levels. And they don't care to train themselves to get there because it's harder. They're intellectually lazy. They don't want to put in the work. Okay? These are lazy people. So when you hear immigrants say, oh, these Black Americans are lazy, yes, they are. I mean, why are they not? Prove me wrong. They are lazy. I see the Mexicans work right now outside. When I move outside, they're working in the cold while these guys are chilling in the hood. It is in your face. And I hear these arguments like, oh, the white education in Africa is why they think that of us. No, we see it, fellas. It's in our faces every day. It's not a coincidence. It is actually the lifestyle. And it's in our faces. It's not a white man's fault. Look in the mirror. Your guys are doing this daily, hourly, across the nation.
Certified sisters. Shout out to the whole FBA family tree. Y'all know it's one when we turn up. Family, let me ask this, and I'm gonna start off with you, my brother Dave.
Yes, sir.
When you start talking about these, tethers and these scam Africans and all these people trying to really divert our lineage into something that it ain't, or trying to hold on to us. When the little kid is having a temper tantrum, they be grabbing onto their parents' leg and stuff, and they be just kicking.
Nobody is trying to hold on to your community, fellas. Why would you want to hold on to something? Again, the immigrants here are mostly, except for refugees, which is a smaller population, majority of them are through selective immigration and family-based immigration. They are part of, quote unquote, the ones that the US government has projected to be academically successful. They don't have anything within them that will make them like anything Black Americans do. Actually, we enforce the idea that we stay the hell away from these people. We do. We enforce that. Like, I don't even want my children to play with their children. And I have a little bit more a liberalized, Americanized mindset. I'm conservative, but I'm talking about liberalized in terms of accommodating other people, even if I disagree with them. And yet, I don't even want my children around these people. Now, if you move it backwards to the guys that came here in the 70s, like my dad's generation, they didn't want nothing to do with these people. They said even much meaner things. We're not even saying anything mean. We just say, nah, we don't want to be part of this. So this is part of that feel-good story that I always talk about. Like, these things are designed to make, they say these things to kind of suit themselves. It's like a baby, using his own analogy. It's designed for them to suit themselves. But in reality, they know that we don't want anything to do with them. We don't. If anybody hasn't said it openly, I'm saying it right now. We do not want nothing to do with your community. We don't want to be around it. We don't want to be part of it. We don't want to champion your causes. We're not interested in it at all. I think I've said this more and more openly. We are actually more aligned with everybody else, with everybody but you guys. We are much aligned with the white conservative Christian than we ever will be aligned to y'all, even if we have the same skin color. Our lifestyles prove that. We want to live in the suburbs amongst these other communities for a damn reason. So you guys need to get this through your freaking hard skulls. May want to feel good, but we don't want to be part of it. Who wants to be talking like this dude right there? Who can't even spell destroy on a title of a video that makes him money? Get the hell out of here, man.
And screaming. That's really what they're doing right now. You roasted the guy just the other day. Shout out to you. How do you feel right now about the current state of the lineage opposed to all the ops and the way we move it?
I'm gonna tell you like this. The beautiful thing is we're not playing no games. We're telling them straight up and down, like, listen, you can do all that all you want to. And it's so funny to me how everybody's talking about, oh, it's divisive. It's so divisive. But anytime any tether does something that is a credit to their particular lineage, it's Nigerian excellence, it's Haitian excellence, it's Panamanian excellence, it's Jamaican excellence. But the second we say we're delineating, we're foundational Black American, it's a problem. But they got their flag.
Yeah, they have all those excellences. What is your excellence? You guys say Black excellence. What is it? Killing a bunch of people? I want to know what that Black excellence is. You got to tell me. I'm waiting for it. And don't say music, because I'm tired of hearing that shit. Nobody listens to your music. Your music is no good. I mean, your seniors left you jazz, beautiful jazz, blues, even that crappy rap and hip hop used to be good at some point. It was pretty good at some point. Now, these young kids that, just like everything else, came in and they screwed it over. They attached gangs to it. They start killing people. They just killed a bunch of kids at a birthday party in Stockton, California. This is what you've become. A bunch of complainers. And, you talk about what your ancestors built and what they went through. We was. They are the ones that went through it. You all have had it good over the last 40 some years. All of you are 40 years, probably 40 to 50 years old. You didn't experience anything that you're talking about. You're born in the richest country on the planet that was built by white people. And it's still being built by everybody else but y'all. And you still sit on the internet and complain about everybody but yourselves. You complain about everybody else but yourselves. No wonder nobody loves y'all. Around the world, nobody is no longer interested in your bullshit. Even in Africa, we don't want your asses over there. If you think that this is a formula for success, no, it's the whole world against y'all. Like Tupac used to say, it is me against the world. It is you guys against the world. Nobody wants to be part of your stuff. Nobody's interested.
All up in their profile. So yeah, like if you mad, say you mad. But running from my lineage is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Woo! I know that's right, family. I always tell people, I said I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I don't flee all damn day long.
Not Lee Greenwood.
You know what I'm saying? We got to go ahead and pull out the Fleetwood on their ass.
No, nothing against the United States of America. Beautiful country built by white people, maintained by white people. I'm more interested in the maintenance of it. Maintained by white people and Mexicans and the Indians and other minorities, except for these guys, right? If you take out music and basketball, these guys are really a net negative to their existence in America.
Let them know what time it is, but you said it great. You said it real good, and that's how we be feeling. That's the vibe. And I be seeing you.
That's how we've been feeling. Exactly. These are feel-good people. It's always about their feelings. They're feminine. They're like women. They're like bitches. They are like bitches. It's always about how they feel, man.
You serving them up, family. How do you feel about the way the lineage is moving and stopping all these outsiders? Because we all got that duty to hold it down, and we've been doing it good. How you feel, family?
Well, I think the jealousy is doing nothing but helping us even more. I mean, they just give us attention all day. I mean, I would be, you know what? I kind of feel for the Tethers.
Nobody is jealous of Black Americans. Nobody. If you, let me give you guys a life lesson. If you ever in your life see a Black American and you feel some type of jealousy, you have failed. That is your first indicator that you're done, that you need new friends, you need a new environment. Nothing they do as a collective should make you jealous of them. Nothing. It's a sorry sight. Nothing they do should make you jealous of them. Even if a few, maybe a 1 or 2% of them escape the ghettos and build something for themselves, maybe through NFL or NBA or some sports or some entertainment. There are only two sectors, right? Like to entertain everybody else. They're only here to entertain you. That's it. You should not be jealous of these people. And even the ones that entertain you, you're seeing that they lose it all to women because they are not culturally sound people. They are living a trauma that they've built for themselves. This trauma is not from slavery because the Jamaicans don't have it. The Caribbean people and the South American blacks don't have it. This is a trauma they've built from how they've raised themselves, a trauma they've built partly to do with the welfare state that really decimated their families because they were not wise enough to understand that the giving of those free resources was meant to control them and to control how they will be something. These three people on my screen, just take a close look at them. Would you be proud if any of these guys was your daddy? Would you be proud if any of these guys was raising you? You know, I speak highly of my dad because he presented a person that I looked at every day that wowed me and that made me feel very privileged and blessed that he was my daddy. And even now in his death, I revere that man and I try to do the same, if not better, for my own children. This is why I put my children in certain spaces. This is why I'm willing to pay any price to put them in a community that has like minds. And by that construction, I have to move them away from people like this. These are forever losers. They will not become of anything. Their communities will remain decimated. Now, they're going to eventually get to a solution. This is a long video. We're not going to go through all of it. I'm going to try and skip forward to the point where they talk about solutions. And when you hear their solutions, it will remind you that they're trying to actually be like us. They're looking at us and they're saying, oh, these guys are the solution. But it's so difficult for them to admit because their solutions is like, hey, we have to build our own businesses. Okay, like the Somalis, right? Or the Ethiopians. And hire our own people. The Somalis and Ethiopians are doing that. Okay? And then we have to raise our families. Well, the greater Black diaspora, except for these guys, are doing that. So they are seeing that as a plus, as the only way for them to be relevant and to make this FBA thing stand is that they have to marry an FBA woman and build families with an FBA woman. Well, here's the problem. 80% of them already have children. So you would be going in as a stepdad. That is not the same construction as we have in Africa. So eventually, even those solutions fail. Also, with the onset of feminism, and I don't like to go through that part of the argument, but with the onset of feminism, the women are not wanting to be wives anyway. So you have a much deeper problem than you think you do. You got to sort it out with the women that you were shitting on for the last 10 years and still do in your manosphere spaces. You got to fix them and get them on board first. And you have to hope that they stop having kids out of wedlock and build their own individual families. And that even if you start that exercise today, that is such a difficult process. And then you have to now get through that big prison population and send this new project to them to make changes. You got no chance. It sounds good, which is what they have done. They like to make themselves feel good. So even when they've proposed those solutions, they look good on paper. But they've allowed this distraction since the 1970s. Doing this in a closed group of people filled with hate means that even when these women that they try to make these relationships with don't follow the code, they will be abusive to them, like most of them are. And these relationships just won't work like it's never worked. So the concept of a black family is an illusion. These guys are done for. I have no hope in them as a community, none whatsoever. I hate to say it this way. I never like to be overly direct when I do this, but I have to. I have to because of my extensive travel experience, because of living in different cultures, South America, living there extensively, living in Africa extensively, spending quite a good amount of time in China, living for almost 6 years in Russia, and speaking all these other languages and observing communities over the years. I mean, I started traveling when I was 18 years old. I have seen sometimes communities rectify a problem and become successful at it over time. It would not be these guys. They don't have the intellectual capacity to do this. And I think they admit this is a grift because you can see all the cash apps and everything up there. They're just trying to make a little bit of money, but they'll go back to their daily lives and understand that they're so far away from what today's economics is. They're not even participants in it. They get the breadcrumbs, so to speak. And it's a sorry sight. And back to what this guy was saying, these immigrants have a home where they are a majority. So if guys don't go back during retirement, some return home when their H-1B visas are done, they're going to go to a society where they're going in with a lot of US work experience, which developing countries love. They're going to go back with good degrees from America that developing countries love. So they're going to be fine. And then they will be part of an elite class in a country or in a society that they call the shots, that where they are a majority. But for your community, you're always going to be a minority. And this is why they were talking about increasing their population numbers. And no, you're not, because the guys that are giving birth that will partake in this baby explosion of the black people in America, those people are in jail. And a lot of the babies that will come out will follow that same hood pattern and end up in jail. I'll give you a solution, which is a more practical solution. But I know you're lazy, so you're not going to be able to do it. But I would do it from one black person to the next, right? Or from an African to a black American. I'll give you a solution. Invest this energy into going into your communities and teaching your kids, even if they're not your own children, But getting these little kids off the streets very early on in life into maybe community centers that you can fundraise for and help them with homework, help them with discipline, and teach them a different way of thinking. Remove that hate that you have for white people and for everybody else and start being serious. You're not a serious people. Start being serious. Teach these people something that helps them through today's curriculum so that they can also pass it down to their generations of children that will follow. Make this a project. I think this is a lot more easier and more achievable when you start with the young children of today. You start to teach them mathematics, science, engineering, technologies, fundraise for some iPads and give these children iPads, not to play video games, but maybe to do B-Star and do some exercises. Spend a weekend in the hood and read them some books. Instill some reading culture in your children in those communities, especially those communities that are hit the hardest. And over the next 10 years, you're going to see a big shift in the mindset and the success stories that will come out of it. And through teaching kids this early on, they will also see the benefit in building families. It comes as part of the package. Colonial education, essentially, is what I've described to you. And you're going to see the changes that you hope will happen. But the way you guys are diagnosing it, it's not going to work. And the reason you can't diagnose it right is because, one, you have a lot of hate in your heart. And two, you are intellectually lazy. You've not spent your years learning. If I ask any of you, I'm going to tag you in this video so that you can respond in the chat or in the comment section. What is the last book that you read cover to cover? And when was the last time you read a book? I read on average 3 books a week. 3 books a week. Some of them I repeat. If I really love them, I go back and I repeat. Ask yourself. And if you're not doing that, figure out some way to start doing that. Start working on yourselves first, and then go into your communities and help these children out. We are not your problem because we're not even in the same spaces, and we never will.